What's up, everybody, and thank you for listening to Mastering the Mindset. My name is Dariusdotch, and I'm an actor, hip-hop artist, and fitness and life coach. And I'm here to personally help you train and improve your mindset so that you can, 1, become the best version of yourself mentally, and 2, gain focus and motivation to be able to take action and achieve the success in life that you want and deserve. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel, and at the end of this episode, if you liked it, please share it with a friend or a loved one or someone who would benefit from hearing this message. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to go on this journey with you, and that journey begins now. All right, welcome back. So today let's talk about overwhelm and those seasons. Maybe it's a season you're in right now where you've really been stretched and it feels uncomfortable and you have a lot on your plate and you're testing your boundaries or your capacity. And it's important to think about this because as people like you who care how you show up in the world, who got goals and dreams and visions and things you want to do, it's important to recognize that those seasons of overwhelm and reaching your maximum capacity and stretching, those are going to happen so many times. And we need to figure out how to navigate that. So let's dive in. So yes, being overwhelmed, it happens. Going after goals, it's inevitable. So first, understand how normal it is, because what happens is when we have these seasons where things start happening to us and we feel like we may not have the capacity to handle something, or we have moments where we start to question ourselves or our ability, it can be real easy to look around at everybody else's carefully curated content on social media and tell ourselves this story that just ain't true. That they have something that we don't, or that you have the struggles and they don't. You can't compare what you got going on to that. What you're seeing is the edited version of their life, the best of the best that they want to show the internet. They have struggles too. We need to come to terms with the idea and the understanding that all those people that we either look up to or who accomplish something that we want to accomplish or is showing up in the world in a way that you want to show up, we got to understand that they all experience these stretch seasons too, the overwhelming moments, right, where they reach their level of full capacity. Because it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. Because this will happen to you. And maybe, like I said, it's happening to you right now, and you clicked on this episode, you saw the title, and you said, oh, hell yeah. I feel like I'm in over my head right now. I need this. Or maybe you're being proactive and you're like, you know what? Let me listen because this is part of the journey. And yes, failing and struggling and setbacks and overwhelm, these are requirements in order for you to reach success, for you to get to where you want to go. And the best thing to do while you're down there is learn. Learn as much as you can about yourself, about how you got there, about how to get back up. Add all this to your toolbox. These are the things that are going to qualify you for the future. It's going to qualify you for that success. It's going to qualify you for having that feeling of knowing that you're a stronger person, that this is the reason I have this confidence and I feel like I can get through anything. It's going to qualify you to be able to open those doors for success. And you did that for you. But to get there, we got to understand that these seasons of overwhelm, they're going to happen. And also understand that different seasons come with different thresholds of what we can handle, of how much stress we can handle, how much can be on our plate, how much we can push ourselves to our limit. And I know that's something we understand mentally, cognitively, but it might not always be something at the front of our minds, or maybe something sometimes we forget. Because the reality of it is we can't compare ourselves to our prior selves when it comes to how much we can handle. And I know I talk about comparing old versions of ourselves to current versions and wanting to be better and having growth and all that. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about how much we can handle depending on what season we're in. For example, I could handle a lot when I first started my workout program, more than I can right now. Why? Well, I was just starting out. I had that uninformed optimism. I was super motivated. It was fresh, new. I only saw positive things in my mind when I thought about my goal and what I wanted to do. So I was working my ass off, and I still do, but I could do way more. It was the the most frictionless season of me waking up early, right? Sometimes before my alarm at 6:30 and getting up and putting in work, recording and editing and making marketing stuff, promoting myself, putting myself in front of the camera. I was on it and I built it. Eventually, everybody knew, oh, Darius started his own workout program. Fast forward now, I can still do a lot, but my threshold is different because I'm in a different season. Now I have a podcast. I've learned so much more about editing, about what works and what doesn't work when it comes to the way in which I train people, in person versus virtually. Now I've been focusing on my music more and all that takes. Plus, I won a grant, right? And now I have my own studio. So I had to learn, better yet, I'm still learning how to mix and master and produce with professional equipment and software. I'm editing way more than I used to now, different types of content, not just workout stuff. And switching from one thing to the next is showing me that it ain't that simple sometimes. To go from one thing to the next, my brain gets tired. And not to mention that because I've been editing so much, I got good at it. And now I've been getting paid to make and edit videos for other people. And it's actually paying me better than my workout business. Hell, paying me better than this podcast. And I don't even market that. Well, I guess I kind of do. All these videos I put out and people see that it looks good and I got business because of it. Not to mention, and here comes another announcement, but I'm going to be selling merch soon, merchandise, right? Take 3 is the brand for my music and figuring out what to sell. Right now it's going to be t-shirts. My point is, even though I'm doing more in the sense of I have more going on now, my overwhelmed threshold is a lot smaller. I'm in a different season. I get overwhelmed way easier now. So even though I'm doing way more, it takes way less for me to feel overwhelmed. And so maybe for you, let's say before you got pregnant and had a kid, your threshold was different. Or during the winter, when you don't get as much sun, you can't get as much done because that's a real thing, right? The sun literally gives us so much. Or maybe you were going through a breakup or a divorce, or maybe you're just starting your journey of working on yourself and you didn't get it back then, but now you do, right? Different seasons. And I want you to recognize that if you're in a state of overwhelm right now, that there is something you can do about it. And one of the things that we have to recognize, and I came across this quote, and it's simple. It's, I am what I think I am. I am what I think I am. And obviously there's limitations and restrictions when it comes to realism, right? I can't just say I am Batman, I am rich, right? It's more on the side of your state, about your thoughts and how your brain looks for confirmation for whatever beliefs you have about yourself and your circumstances to be true. For example, if you say any statement, and specifically I am statements like, I am overwhelmed, I am stressed, I am not able to handle this, I'm not the person who can do this. And this is just something we do, right? We've all been there, done that. But what this does is it gives our brain an opportunity that it will take to look for evidence to confirm all that stuff. And it'll show you ways in which they're true. And you may be, in reality, actually overwhelmed. That could really be true. But are you overwhelmed and it's impossible to do? Or could it be that you're just at your capacity? And we attach a negative emotion to the word overwhelm, right? Right? Anxiousness, stress. Nobody want to feel overwhelmed. So think of it in terms of capacity and say, okay, so I'm at my capacity. That could be for this season. That could be for this task, for this day. I'm at my capacity. If you think about it in terms of, let's say, a cup of water, right? And right now, your cup is full all the way to the top, right? I'm not talking about it in the positive sense, like filling your cup up and being able to pour into other people's cup. Not that kind, the negative kind. And imagine that full cup and you ain't been able to put any more into this cup. It's at its maximum capacity. You can't put no more in. So being overwhelmed is stressful, and being at capacity, that's pretty black and white, right? That's easy to understand. Are you at capacity right now? Because if you are, the next question you should ask yourself is, what are some things you can take off your plate? What are some things you're worried about? What are the things I need to make decisions about? And sometimes we can create the overwhelm our own damn selves, right? We can get comfortable and procrastinate on things that we know we need to do, things that in reality, if you just focus, it won't really take that long. And an easy example of this is keeping your room clean. You can feel like you're too busy or you come home from work and you just want to sit down and you don't feel like doing anything. You don't feel like folding the laundry right now. Or you wake up and you know you're just going to leave and come home after work and get right back in the bed eventually. So why make the bed? And we know keeping our room clean ain't rocket science. If you just put things away as you take them out of place, then your room going to stay clean. If you just fold the laundry and put it away as soon as it come out of the dryer, if when you take off your clothes, your work clothes, you hang them up, put them in dirty clothes. If you eat something or drink something and after you're done, if you go straight to the kitchen and wash it, wash that cup or that plate. If you just make the bed as soon as you get out of bed in the morning or make it part of your getting ready for the day, these are all things that take less than 5 minutes, 5 minutes or less. But when you let it pile up, you can look around your room and get overwhelmed when it's time to clean that pigsty. So go clean your room. Hopefully you needed to hear that. Go make the bed. Anyway, maybe you got a bunch of emails that have been piling up and you need to respond to. Most emails only take a few minutes, a few seconds for a lot of them to respond to. And one thing I've been working on lately that I think everybody should try, but if something comes up and it'll only take 5 minutes or less, I just do it. Just do it right now. It ain't gonna take long. Get it out of the way. And what does that do? It frees up more time down the road. And my point is for those things that if you just get it done, if you just do it now, if you don't wait, it'll give you more space for your cup. So are there things you need to just get done? Are there things you got to stop procrastinating on moving forward? And also, are there things that you just need to accept that won't get done this season? With where your capacity is at right now, it just won't get done this season. Because at the end of the day, your body tells you, are you listening to your body? Your body knows when you're at capacity. And if you don't listen, then you better believe your body going to get real stubborn on you and it's going to start to pout. You're going to get sick. You're going to get burned out. Your body will say, all right, man, enough is enough. And sometimes the things you get worried about and stressed about, if you think about it and say, okay, do I actually need to be doing this right now? Can that thing wait? And waiting don't mean it's a no, that you won't do it. Maybe it just ain't the right time for you. Sometimes things just can't be at the same time. Like me, I have a lot going on. And lately, one of the things I've been slacking on, well, not slacking, one of the things that's been on the back burner is my workout program. I had to recognize my own capacity. I'm doing all kinds of stuff and I had to come to the realization, or better yet, I had to allow myself to be okay with not putting as much energy and effort into that right now. It don't mean that I won't continue to grow it. It just means that my body kept telling me every time I would burn out that, hey, fool, you doing too much. This can wait. And I had to get over that feeling of guilt. Because let me tell you, I did. Ooh, Lord, was I feeling guilty. And again, as you can tell, this episode is for me too. So maybe you're in a season where your cup is full and you keep feeling like you want to do this or that, or you ain't doing all the things you want to do. Maybe something has to take the back burner this season. And also, maybe it can be a season where you're at capacity, where you started something new and you've been working at it and learning, and maybe it's hard or scary, or you get to the point where you've been putting in all this work and figuring it out as you go, and you hit a wall of not knowing what to do next. Like, oh my God, how can I handle this? I barely know how I'm hanging on. It's all so new. It's all confusing. And now you feel like, how can I do this? I don't know if I'm capable. I'm lost. And the thing is, and we've all been there, done that when it comes to what I'm going to say next. We've all been in a position to reflect on things that we did, that we started, that we pushed ourselves through, and we were in the exact same place mentally. And when we look back and remember that feeling of, I don't know how I'm going to handle this or get through this, and you did, you made it through. And not only did you make it through, but you learned a lot. And if you had to go through it again, you will be way more prepared for it. And what you need to do in the present moment is understand that these are the moments that are going to ground you. Like roots. You got to grow those roots down to be able to go upwards. And these are the moments that will teach you, the moments that you have to experience. These moments, once you get to the other side of it, are going to help you build confidence that, hey, I got through it last time. I can figure it out this time. These moments are needed. And the last version of overwhelm that you might be going through, and maybe you realize it, maybe you don't, but if you have a lot on your plate, in your cup, and you're doing a lot and you feel the stretch, it could be because you're reaching a point where you're growing to that next level, where you're breaking through. It gets the hardest when you're about to have a breakthrough, when you're about to break that ceiling, go into that next level. And sometimes we know, right? The easiest example is college and final exams. Studying for those finals and writing those 15-page papers, that feels overwhelming, right? But it was literally grounding for you for that next level. Maybe you're working on a specific project at work and it's hell and it's a whole lot of work. But when you're done, it's going to take you up. Is this that kind of season? And again, when you get to that next level, you're going to look back and see that you were growing those roots down, that you were building that foundation. So maybe you're overwhelmed or at your maximum capacity, but that don't mean that you're not capable. That don't mean that this is not normal. And it don't mean that you won't make it to the next level. Do you have to take some things out of your cup? Do you have to give yourself grace and put things aside for another season? Are you experiencing a breakthrough? Replace overwhelm with capacity. Look at it in different terms. Look at it differently. Overwhelm brings anxiety. Overwhelm brings on stress. Thinking about it in terms of capacity can help you understand exactly what's going on in this season for you right now. So what does reaching your maximum capacity do for you? What does that mean for you? What can it teach you? Maybe it's time to realign or ask for help, right? Or figure out what to let go, or how to say no, or how to slow down, or how to not procrastinate. Let's reframe our perspective. And I know this stuff is real. Feeling that mental overload is real, and by no means am I trying to downplay that. It's real. My point is, we can't just feel it and not figure out what to do about it. Because I know this won't be the last time. So let's grow from it. And that starts by shifting the way we think about it and also how we handle it. So that's what I got for you today. Like I always say, man, if you enjoyed this episode, please share this with somebody. I think this is a really important episode, especially these days, especially for people like you who do have a lot on their plate. You have a lot going on. Maybe you know somebody who might be feeling overwhelmed. This is definitely a good one for me to hear my damn self. But anyway, my point is share. And as always, I'm going to leave you with another song. It's easy to figure out that you don't always win. But like they say, life is 9 to 10. 10% of what happens to you, the other 90%. Life gave me lemons, I got the juice. I hit the booth, and I tell the truth. I talk about me, and what I've been through. Then I got hot, like I got the flu. I could be a choreographer, cause I'm making moves. Yeah, I got the moves, I do it so smooth. They know I keep it lit like I made a fuse. Now she wanna hang like she made a noose. I pray to God they all seen me when I made the news. Was on the ESPN, feeling so cool. No, I ain't flexing. That's not what I do. I keep getting blessings. Like I said I chew, cause life gave me lemons. Now I got the juice. Watch my shoes, these brand new. They wanna walk on my steps, but this ain't the shoes. Wait, let me change my shoes, cause like I said, these new. Hold up, wait. When I hang with us, better lace them up like we bout to hoop. We all take 3. Hope you can shoot, and I don't keep up. Not with all that gossip, I just sip up out my teacup. Like I got the flu, cause life gave me lemons, hit me in my feelings. What did I do wrong? What didn't I do? I look in the mirror, I'm feeling so different, like what's going on? Is that really you? I don't want attention, I wanna be sipping, I wanna be numb. I don't wanna feel it, I don't wanna hear it. Don't wanna go back and forth, don't wanna play tennis. Life gave me lemons, I got the juice. I ain't tripping, I stuck to the script and I stuck to the truth. I stuck to my word and held it all together. I guess I'm a glue. Whatever don't kill you, only make it strong. I guess I'm the proof. Cause I'm still living, oh what a feeling. Life gave me lemons, now I got the juice. Thought I was through, I was so blue. I took a leap of faith with no parachute. God gave me wings, that's when I flew. I feel fresh about the rapper, feeling brand new. If you only knew what I've been through. Don't ever stop grinding, bruh. Hope you never do, cause when you start climbing up, you will love the view. Cause life gave me lemons, now I got the juice. Was in a bad mood, still a good dude. I needed doors to open for me, they wouldn't move. Got my foot in the door, don't mean to intrude. Cause life gave me lemons. Life gave me lemons, but I got the juice. I hit the booth, and I tell the truth. I talk about me, and what I've been through. Then I got hot, like I got the flu.